Welcome to the University Honors Program Mentor Training video. My name is Matt Tran and I'll be your University Honors Program Mentor Chair. A little bit about myself is that I'm a junior studying biology in CBS, and I really want to do sports medicine down the road. Just some prior experience with the program. I was a mentee my freshman year and it was super helpful, and then I was a mentor my sophomore year. And as a mentee, uh, you guys can probably relate, but as a freshman coming into the to a new school, having to meet new people, make new friends, get used to a new environment. Just having a mentor really helps me kind of navigate the U of M and figure out, classwork, how to stay on top of classwork, how to get involved with activities, things like that. And just having someone to lean on and be able to talk to about that stuff was really helpful. And then as a sophomore, I tried to give back as a mentor, and that was also a rewarding experience. And so I hope that you guys enjoy also being a mentor. This year, I'll be working with the UHSA, and as well as the honors program board members, such as Tom Fitzgerald and Layla, and then Julie, Ann, Chris, and Sam. And Layla and Chris and Layla and Julie and Ann are all CLA advisors, but I'll be working with them to help make sure that this program runs smoothly. So I'm excited about this upcoming school year and the mentor program kickoff on September 8th. So the goals of this program are to first build a sense of honors community, and then also give advice and ease the transition for these freshmen coming into college. Advice on schoolwork, activities, research, things like that. And then thirdly, we want to make sure that with all this advice that you guys can give them, that the honors mentees maintain at least a 3.5 GPA. So expectations for mentors yourselves. This is a fall semester commitment, and you need to meet at a minimum 3 times with your mentee. And you think some ideas for things you can do with your mentee include, grabbing lunch at 17th. Maybe they can meal swipe you or something like that. Going to Kaufman, MOA, Twins games. One idea is college night is on Wednesday, September 21st. College night is $5 tickets if you just present a student ID. And then other ideas are just coffee in the library, something easy, something where both you guys can just meet up, talk about things, how things are going, any questions or advice you can give them. So other expectations for mentors include submitting a mentor reflection each time you meet. And so we will discuss this further at the September 8th kickoff, but right now just know that every time that you meet with the mentee, you will have to submit a mentor reflection, just kind of talking about what you guys went over, and then the mentee at the same time will also submit a separate reflection. And just kind of to keep in mind is that the things you and your mentee meet, and what your mentee tells you should be treated with some privacy. They're trusting you with this information. Obviously, if it's something serious, contact us, contact your team leader. And right now, so how the program is organized is that there's board members that I'll be working with, and then there are going to be team leaders. So there's 7 team leaders who I will introduce later on in this video. And each team leader will be responsible for 30 mentor and mentee pairs. So each team leader will be responsible for 60 people. So if you have any questions, just let them know, and your team leaders will be reaching out to you later on, closer to kickoff. So back to the other expectations. Besides submitting that reflection each time you guys meet, we also are implementing a new picture/selfie contest, in which every month, every time you meet, we'd like you guys to send in a picture or selfie of you and the mentee and where you guys met. And then each month, so September, October, November, and December, we will pick a monthly photo winner, and we will email it out to everyone. And then if you and your mentee are selected, right now I believe it's a $10 Chipotle gift card, but that's still up in the air. However, we'll let you guys know by September 8th what the whole deal with that is. And just to note that the pictures that you guys do send in can be used on either the Facebook page just to kind of promote, the Honors Mentor Program, or the UHP website itself. So with the kickoff event, that is planned for September 8th, so please keep September 8th, Thursday, from 5 to 8 p.m. open. All the team leaders will be sending out email with prior to the kickoff, just to kind of go over the logistics of the whole kickoff event. But right now, just make sure that Thursday, September 8th is open for you guys. And when the team leaders email you, they will be attaching the email of your mentee as well. We would like for you guys to reach out to your mentees and introduce yourselves and get the ball rolling there before kickoff. So then the plan for the kickoff event is that on September 8th, so at 5:30, the plan right now is that 200 mentors will meet with their team leaders at Bell Museum, and then grab their badge, and then as well as go over any last minute questions they have about the mentor program with the team leaders, hash out any details like that, and then at 6 p.m. the mentees will arrive, and you don't, at this point, you don't have to reach out to your mentee quite yet. Ann and I will go over a brief introduction and then kind of an overview of the program. So then at 6:30, each team leader has been assigned a animal group, a rodent animal group, such as gophers, guinea pig, things like that. So whatever team leader you are assigned to will be called at 6:30. So let's say at 6:30 it comes, one of the board members will call out, say, gophers, and then the team leader and all the gopher mentors will be exiting the Bell Museum and then going to get pizza, at which point you will then meet up with your mentee, and you guys can introduce yourselves and then mingle in the courtyard. Late coming mentees will be directed to whatever team leader and group they are in by the board members, so you don't have to worry about that. And then something to keep in mind is that mentors who don't have a mentee paired up with them initially, just hang out with your team leader and your animal group, and then hopefully your mentee does show up so that we can get you guys paired up. Following pizza at 7:30, there's going to be some trivia outside or inside depending on the weather, and this will be a 20 to 30 question trivia game. And right now the winning team also gets a $10 Chipotle gift card or Caribou Coffee. We're still working on the details for that. But lastly, just things to go over at kickoff with your mentee. Just what makes a good mentor, what makes a good mentee, what are your ground rules, exchange contact information, set up a future meeting, because you have to meet again 3 times a week, or 3 times in the semester, not 3 times a week. If you're presented with a problem, how will you resolve it? And then things to talk about at the meetings that you guys have. Things you can talk about are things you wish you had known your freshman year, extracurriculars to join, study tips and habits, how to get involved in research, and then building a connection with the professor through office hours, things like that where you wish you had known as a freshman, and I wish I had known as a freshman. That kind of would help them be successful. And then outcomes for this whole mentor program are that we hope that as mentors you guys gain better leadership skills, better communication skills, and just an overall stronger tie to the honors community. So just to make sure that you guys watched the video and went over the training video, if you guys could pause this video and email uhp/mp@umn.edu, and then just kind of email and say what your favorite Olympic sport is to watch. All right, just so we can go on to the introductions with the team leaders. So these team leaders will have 30 mentee and mentor pairs. So some of these team leaders you won't necessarily even contact or see, but at least when you do get paired up and they'll reach out before the kickoff event, you'll know who they are and what their faces look like. So April Lee, she's the only sophomore on the team leader team. She's a sophomore majoring in physiology and sociology, and she's from St. Louis, Missouri, and she will be a CA at Middlebrook Hall, and she has 2+ years doing biology research and loves dogs. The second team leader is Carrie O'Connor Walker. She is a junior majoring in genetics and cell biology. She spent her summer backpacking across Europe and South Asia, loves hiking, and hates running. And then Danielle, she's also a junior majoring in biochemistry. She studied abroad in Santiago, Chile, and hates peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. She ran a half marathon this weekend, or is at least attempting to. And then Jake's a junior in biomedical engineering. He studied abroad in Buenos Aires, Argentina. He's also a research assistant and enjoys hiking, backpacking, camping, and is an officer of the judo club. Very cool. Jessica Berry is a junior in BME as well. She's planning on going into pharmacy. She's an organic chemistry research assistant. Wow. So you guys can recommend Jessica Berry to any freshmen taking organic chemistry. Jessica also loves running and cross-country skiing and is a caffeine addict. And then Kayla, she's also a junior, and she's majoring in psychology. She is minoring in Spanish and neuroscience, and studied and interned at a psychiatric hospital in Madrid, Spain over the summer. She loves dancing and is a classically trained Russian ballerina. Last but not least, Victoria, I guess we do have another sophomore. She's a sophomore majoring in biology and society and environment, a pre-med from Rochester, Minnesota, and she's planning on studying abroad in London and Jamaica, and she loves playing tennis. Great, so now that you've met the team leaders, look for an email about, before September 8th, pretty close to maybe I'd say September 5th-ish, and look out for an email about that, and you'll be paired with your mentees, and they'll go over the logistics of the kickoff event. And thank you for watching this video. I hope it was really informative and you feel prepared for the September 8th kickoff event. I'm really excited to get started, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your summers.